Hello again. My name is Jean Knox and I'd like to welcome you back to my garden here at the Hunter's Tryst in Edinburgh. We've had a lovely few days of sunshine and warmth. It's been very welcome. Unfortunately, it's gone at the moment. But while it was nice, I was able to get out into the garden and have a look and see what needed doing this year. See if there are any problems. And there were a couple of things that I noticed that really have come about as a result of last year's rain. I'm going to show you what's happened, and I'll also try to show you how I've addressed the problem. So sit back and enjoy. Back in spring 2021, after snow that had lasted a bit longer than usual for Edinburgh, my lawn was badly affected by a significant attack of a fungal condition called snow mould. As you can see, it covered about 40% of the lawn. I worked very hard that spring to get rid of it. I raked and watered the affected areas daily, and when the soil was warm enough, I sowed the seed. And by the time I was ready to open my garden again, it looked wonderful, thank goodness. And 4 years after the last attack, we've just had another one, not nearly so extensive, and I have raked it, watered it, and just sown the seed a few days ago. So fingers crossed, it will look much better in a few weeks' time. The next problem that I encountered really started last summer. Although I prune them every year in spring, a combination of large flower heads and lots of rain meant that the bushes got very heavy and spread out a bit. To save both the hydrangeas and the surrounding plants, I did what I never recommend that people do. I cut the bushes back in late summer, fully aware that this year's flowers would be affected, but that the plants would be saved. And for the most part, it was a gamble that paid off, as you can see. It's now just about time to prune this year's hydrangeas. And all the plants that I cut back last year are coming away nicely, apart from one. I couldn't see any signs of life on this bush, so very sadly I decided that I would look on it as an opportunity rather than a disaster. An opportunity to plant something new in its place. Digging up a bush that's been in the ground for 30 odd years is no easy matter. I started off with a spade and secateurs, and quite quickly moved on to a saw and a mattock. And although it took about half an hour, eventually I managed to get it all out, together with a load of bluebells as well. I've had this Mahonia soft caress for a couple of years in a big pot, and I'm taking a bit of a gamble here because this plant prefers the shade, and unfortunately this is a sunny spot. Before putting any shrub in the ground, I give it a good soak first. I need to clear and loosen the soil before I dig an appropriately sized hole. Then we're good to go. I recently bought 2 new lupin plants. They're called Beefeater. They look beautiful, and they will be perfect for those other spaces that I cleared. I just need to make sure now that all my new plantings are kept well watered this year. Just one more plant to put in, a little cherry tree called the Bride, but I'll keep that for another day. But as I was tidying up, I noticed this rose in flower. This is the first rose I've ever had flowering in April. It's so early and so welcome. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it's been helpful to you. These are problems that you might come across, you might not. But at least if you do come across them, you'll have a better idea of what to do. But remember, every time something goes wrong, don't look upon it as a disappointment, but rather as an opportunity to do something else. Because gardens are never static, they never stay the same, and an opportunity to make changes is always welcome. So thanks very much for listening, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.